Hello everyone, my name is Sanford and I'll be going over the growing challenges of long distance relationships. The general purpose is to educate people on how long distance relationships can be successful, but also how incredibly difficult they are. Long distance relationships are by no means easy, but they can be if you are there for the right reasons. Do you have someone that you can picture your life with? Do you live close to one another, if not with each other? Or is there distance between you? Distance is not ideal for anyone, but it is a common wrench in every relationship. I think everyone should care about long distance because it's something that all relationships have faced or they will be facing, and it's good to know kind of what you might run into and what to avoid and what you need to kind of work on to make that thing work. I am personally credible because I think when I was 19, my now wife, back then we were dating, was 17. I enlisted in the United States military. So that was kind of a new thing, and I just up and left right around her junior or senior year for 4.5 years. And we did 4.5 years of long distance, 6 to 7 months in between deployments, all that kind of stuff. 6 to 7 months apart, come back together for a week or two, then do it all over again for 4.5 years. So, I mean, it was definitely rough, but we made it through, and I think we learned a lot about each other and how we could make this relationship that much better from it. 3 main points I'm going to be going over is when you come together, again, to make sure that you have something to look forward to with each other. Communication when you are not together is key, and lastly, you need to be slow to judge someone or something that happened between you two. So first off, we're going to start talking about when you finally come together again and how great that should be. When you two come together again, make sure that you have something to look forward to as a couple. Or as most people say, it may seem like the honeymoon phase. That's kind of what you're looking for. You're like the sparks and all that kind of stuff. This comes from Nowak. Can long distance relationships really work? You both will be so happy to finally be with each other again that having something fun to do together will just make the event so much more enjoyable. Make sure that you always have new ideas and fun ideas when you both come together every time, because it's easy to grow apart, and when you have all these fun things to do, it's easy to kind of bring it back together as a couple. That was from Manson, How to Survive a Long Distance Relationship. At the end of the day, every couple, no matter how long you've been together, is needing to keep things fun. We've been together for almost 9-10 years now, and we still need like stuff like that to kind of, because every once in a while you get in a routine, and then it kind of just starts to go downhill. So you always want to keep things fun, especially when you're miles, hours apart, states apart. You want to keep things kind of fun. That was from Keong and Dilbert, 10 Secrets to Success in Long Distance Relationship. Now that we are keeping things fun and exciting and keeping the relationship healthy, we need to now make sure we are not doing something to put barriers in the way of the progress that we made. To make long distance relationships work, we need to be kind to each other and be slow to judge or make assumptions about something going on. When a certain topic comes up in every relationship that is detrimental to the well-being of the relationship, both people can't be afraid to confront the other about it in a respectful manner that won't hurt the other person negatively. If someone just freaks out over a certain situation or has been bottling something up and just starts yelling about it, kind of makes the other individual feel mad, or feels like they did something wrong when maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just miscommunication, and now you're doing it over text or a phone call, and it's not necessarily in person, so it doesn't can get blown out of proportion. That was from Loggins, How to Make a Long Distance Relationship Work. Long distance relationships are already hard, so make sure you both keep a good attitude about everything and don't freak out over the little things. That goes a long ways. I mean, just not blowing up on someone, trying to get to the source and just kind of get there in a peaceful manner really makes things a lot better. Making sure everyone is slow to judge and keeping a level head works hand in hand with communication, which is key to a long distance relationship. Really, when it comes to communication, it needs to not be forced. It is something that needs to be something that everyone wants, because if you make it a requirement to talk, it feels more like something that you have to do rather than can't waiting to talk to someone. This came from a website called Therapists Share How to Make a Long Distance Relationship Work. And if you have a very good communication, it is something that everyone looks forward to. The conversations will be amazing, and there'll be nothing that either person has to complain about. Like us. When me and my wife, we used to love talking to each other. There's never a time where I felt like it was needed, like, oh, I have to go talk to her. So you always want to keep it like, ooh, I can't wait to talk to him later. Like I say, me and my wife had always made it a thing that we would FaceTime almost every night. But after that, if I wanted to go work out, go hang out with friends, play games, or do schoolwork. We'd give each other that time away because we just talked for hours, so we wouldn't have much to talk about, which just leads to not talking and people getting mad. You know, you just stand there and you're looking at each other. People get irritated because you're just staring at each other and you're not talking, and they want you to say something to them. So, I mean, if you guys are kind of running out of things, just end it, go do something, come back to each other, text, phone call, something in a little bit. That was from Flores, the do's and don'ts of falling in love and dating long distance. So now that we know how important communication is, we can see how they all go hand in hand in making a relationship work. Overall, to make any long distance relationship work, there needs to be a lot of communication. If both people are not on the same page and there's an issue, both people need to work together however they feel best to work things out before it gets so bad that it causes the relationship to end or just puts everything in hot water. Lastly, the relationship needs to still be fun and exciting. If both people still look forward to doing things with the other and love spending time with each other, it can only grow and get better from there. You know, I mean, if you love seeing that person every day and it makes you smile when you wake up and see them laying next to you, or when you wake up and you're making coffee together, then, you know, the relationship can only get better from there. Like I said earlier in the speech, everyone somewhere or another is going to experience some sort of long distance relationship, whether it is just not living together or miles apart. If it does come up in your life, make sure you are ready and you both talk about how you will make it work. Talk about it beforehand. How are we going to do this and this? We're going to talk here, we're going to talk here. Just kind of work it out. You don't want to just be forcing stuff, because then that's when people get irritated. If someone you know is in a long distance relationship and you see that they are struggling, if you haven't been in their shoes, just try to talk with them about it and see what they're having issues with, because it helps. There were times where me and my wife were having troubles and just someone talking really helped out. So people there to care for us, I mean, it's not hard. It's a very hard thing to do, so having people there to support you is great. You can learn a lot from long distance relationships, and I feel like it really does help people grow. So that's all I have. Hopefully y'all learn some good things about long distance relationship. Thank you.